Catania is one of Sicily's most diverse and intriguing cities, and a surprising travel destination. The second largest city on the island brims with culture and traditions, but also has a young, dynamic character, creating a fascinating contrast. While worth visiting year-round, Catania truly comes alive during one of Europe's most exciting religious celebrations, the Festival of Saint Agatha.
Che ha caratterizzato le catechesi del mercoledì di gennaio.
In questi giorni, tutti, tante volte.
Every year in February, an estimated 1 million people take to the streets to commemorate the life of Saint Agatha, the city's patron saint. An intriguing mix of devotion and folklore, the festivities spread over 3 days and connect people from all walks of life.
Me frate Domenico, caro Genio, stai tutta, avanti cucci millodo.
A present-day symbol of strength and resistance, Agatha was a young woman that lived here in the 3rd century. After refusing courtship from Governor Quintiano, she was accused of being Christian and put on trial, where she was tortured and eventually died. According to tradition, the white veil on Agatha's tomb later protected Catania from lava flows coming from Mount Etna. Miraculously, the veil stopped the eruption on the 5th of February, which became the anniversary of her martyrdom. The event starts with a procession of 11 large candles, known as candelora, symbolizing some of the medieval guilds. Crowds of people cheer on the carriers of the candles, that can weigh up to 900 kilos. While impressive indeed, the main procession takes place the next day, when a statue with the relics of Saint Agatha is presented to the public in front of the city's cathedral. This is the start of a long and solemn parade, with devotees pulling the carriage of Saint Agatha through the streets of Catania. Even though the size of the event can feel overwhelming at times, the atmosphere is mostly calm intimate and sometimes even emotional.
E benedetta fra le donne, benedetto è il frutto del tuo seno, Gesù. Cristo, pietà.
Cristo, pietà.
Signore, tu santo che sei Dio.
Abbi pietà di noi.
Madre del buon consiglio.
Prega per noi.
Madre del Creatore.
Prega per noi.
Celebrations continue day and night and include wax offerings and fireworks.
Partecipiamo a questa processione. Il Signore con te. Sei benedetta sia, piena di grazia. Il Signore con te.
Catania has plenty of things to see and do, also when the spirit of Saint Agatha is not flowing through the city. The Piazza del Duomo, the historic central square of Catania, is filled with imposing buildings and statues, and is buzzing with activity around the clock. It's a popular place to sip a coffee, indulge in some local pastries, or simply admire the striking architecture. These include the city's cathedral, that is named after Saint Agatha. And the peculiar Fontana dell'Elefante, made from black lava. Make sure to climb the rooftop of the Badi di Sant'Agata church for panoramic views over Catania, all the way to Mount Etna on a clear day.
Sempre salutato che giudisto. Lo va a te.
The area around the piazza is also home to some of Catania's liveliest markets, the star of which is the daily fish market, La Pescheria. It's an interesting area to go for a stroll, absorb the sights and sounds, try some of the local food, and meet the city's welcoming people. Catania was founded some 2,700 years ago, its most impressive ancient ruins date back from the 2nd century. This Greek-Roman archaeological park, located in the heart of the city, stands in stark contrast with the surrounding houses. It contains a Roman theater and a small rehearsal theater, the Odeon. Not far from here is the Via Crociferi, a narrow street famous for its extravagant Baroque churches and palaces. Among them is the beautiful Piazza di San Benedetto, decorated with incredible ceiling frescoes. Other notable landmarks include the Castello Ursino, a 13th century castle that once guarded the city. It is now a museum and venue for art exhibitions. And the church and Benedictine monastery of San Nicolo Arena. This monastery narrowly escaped disaster in 1669, when Catania's inhabitants stopped a lava flow from Mount Etna, protecting the inner city. A 12-meter high wall of lava stone is still visible today. Sadly, 2.5 decades later, much of the monastery was destroyed by a devastating earthquake and had to be rebuilt in the years that followed. Now part of the city's university, the massive complex can be visited on guided tours, exploring some of the vast corridors, impressive architecture, and the original foundation. A trip to Catania is not complete without visiting Mount Etna, the largest active volcano in Europe. At 3,326 meters, it dominates the landscape of eastern Sicily. Reaching the slopes of the volcano can be an adventure, especially in winter. Strong, unexpected winds and extreme cold make trekking to the summit often impossible. But lower parts can always be visited with local expert guides. So we're now at 2.7 kilometers, 2,700 meters, just 600 meters short of the top of Mount Etna.
And from here you can see the top of the Etna. That is the southeast crater. Down there. Yes, yes. Because it's 2018.
With good weather, views are simply breathtaking, with splendid vistas towards the Mediterranean and Catania, all amidst a surreal, lunar-like volcanic landscape. that concludes our trip to Catania, a city that forms the decor of one of Europe's largest religious festivals in February, but is an exciting destination year-round. I realize I have only scratched the surface, but still hope this video gave you some travel inspiration, or at least provided a glimpse into this beautiful city. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Travel safely.